10th CBSE Biology, Chapter Reproduction. In this video, you will understand the basics of sexual reproduction. Sexual reproduction. It's one of the two methods of reproduction, the other one being asexual method. In asexual method, we saw that there's only a single parent involved. But in sexual reproduction, there are two parents involved to give rise to a new offspring. And the two parents are male and a female parent. The male and the female parent produce special type of cells called gametes. The gamete produced by the male is called male gamete, and that produced by female is called as female gamete. In case of animals, we call the female gametes as ovum and the male gametes as sperms. These are the special kind of cells with half the number of chromosomes. Observe carefully, half the number of chromosomes. It means that among the total number of chromosomes present in the cell, gametes will contain only half of them. Like for example, if you take a human cell from any part of our body, all the cells will have 46 chromosomes. You take any cell from any part of your body, the cell will contain 46 chromosomes. Among the 46 chromosomes, 44 chromosomes will be called as autosomes, and there are two chromosomes which are called as allosomes, or they are also called as sex chromosomes. This is the total number of chromosomes present in any human cell, but gametes will contain only 23 chromosomes. The male gamete or the sperm of a human will contain 23 chromosomes. The female gamete or the ovum will contain 23 chromosomes. Now observe here, it is very important. Among the 23 chromosomes, 22 chromosomes will be autosomes with one allosomes. It can be either X or it can be Y. It can be either X or it can be Y, because if you see the chromosomes of the males will have 44 autosomes and 2 allosomes which are X and Y. Totally, a human male will have 46 chromosomes. So when the gametes are formed, there are two types of gametes formed. One with the X chromosome and the one with the Y chromosomes. But note that only one of the allosomes will be in the gamete. Either the combination can be 22 plus X. This can be the one form of gamete, and the other form of gamete produced will be 22 plus Y. So this is the gamete 1 and this is the gamete 2. So a male will produce two types of sperms, one with X and one with Y. Females will have 44 chromosomes or autosomes and 2 allosomes which will be X and X. So here you can see there are 2 X here. So a female will produce only one kind of gamete, that is 22 autosomes plus X, because there are 2 X chromosomes here. So X is a sex chromosome. So 22 autosomes plus 1 X chromosomes. So here there is only one kind of gamete produced from the female. When the male sperm and the female ovum unite together, let us consider this one. The gamete with the Y chromosome and the gamete with the X chromosome come together. So it will be 22 plus Y plus 22 plus X. So totally we get 44 plus X and Y. So 44 XY, this gives rise to a male offspring. We saw that union of gametes from male and female parent will lead to a new organism or an offspring with the same number of chromosomes as that of parents. In the case of human beings, it was 23 plus 23. This is from male parent and this is from female parent. This 23 can be 22x or it can be 22y. Whereas from female parent it is always 22x. From here you can see that the determination of the sex of an offspring depends mainly on the male parent in case of human beings. Which sperm combines with the egg or the ovum decides the sex of the offspring, whether the baby should be a male or a female. Once the sperm and the ovum combine together, they form one full cell with 46 chromosomes. It's only one cell. Observe carefully. The gametes can be called as half cell because they contain only half the number of chromosomes as that of the parents. Once the gametes combine, we can call it as a full cell with the complete set of chromosomes as that of parents. So in the beginning, it's only one cell. This is called as zygote. The zygote is a cell which is formed by union of gametes. The zygote then goes on dividing or multiplying. This multiplication leads to the ball of cells, which eventually becomes organism by developing different organs and organ system. So we all human beings have developed from this single cell itself. Yes, a single cell has multiplied many times and finally given rise to us with so many different complex tissues and organs. Gametes always have half the number of chromosomes compared to that of any other cell in the body of a parent. What if this rule was not followed? What if the gametes also had the same number of chromosomes as that of the parent cell? Let us consider a scenario. So here are the parents, male and the female. They are producing the gametes which have 46 chromosomes each, 46 here. So these gametes unite, a zygote is formed and the zygote will have 92 chromosomes. This offspring further mates with one more organism which has 46 chromosomes. The resulting offspring will have 138 chromosomes. This is in the second generation. And imagine this generation continues. What will be the third, fourth and fifth generations and so on. You see that the chromosome number goes on increasing and very soon the cell will be filled only by the chromosomes without leaving any space for any other cellular apparatus. And this leads to cell abnormality and in turn the cell death. It is very important that the species maintain the chromosome number. If there is any change in the chromosome number, that may lead to the abnormality in the organism or in severe cases leads to death. There are many such examples and nature itself doesn't support such a change. Because of all these factors, it is very important that the organisms maintain the chromosome number. The chromosome number is maintained only because of the production of gametes with the half number of chromosomes. The reduction of chromosome number in the gametes takes place by a special kind of cell division called meiosis. The female gamete usually has nutrients stored in it for the developing organism because once the zygote is formed, it has to go through a developmental stage. As I told you, the developmental stage involves series of multiplication which leads to the final organism and this needs a lot of energy and energy comes from nutrients. So usually the female gamete stores the nutrients. The male gamete is usually small and is motile in nature. It doesn't store any nutrients in it. The male gamete is also called as the half cell, or it is also called as a haploid cell. A haploid cell is a cell which contains half the number of chromosomes, whereas the zygote is called a diploid cell. A diploid means here it contains two set of chromosomes. It simply means that it contains the complete set of chromosomes. So zygote is a diploid with the complete set of chromosomes, and the gametes are haploid with half number of chromosomes. Sexual reproduction hence involves the union of gametes to produce a zygote with the diploid number of chromosomes, which undergoes multiplication to form the ball of cells and then eventually differentiates into an organism. This process is called as development. So the developmental stages are involved for zygote to transform into an organism. In this video, you have understood the basics of sexual reproduction.